Some refilled water. Okay. Just to catch up on the video, what we're doing here is we are grabbing a fetch. We're grabbing some data from an API. You don't need to know how to do any of this part yet. We are just looking at what we're doing with the data we get back. So we have a for loop running through the data, which is just a bunch of objects with names and information like that. And then we are grabbing something off of our DOM so we can start appending stuff. Okay, I lost track of what I was doing. Let's append the names. Let's do that first. So let's say let h3 equal document.create element h3. And then we're going to use main.append child h3. Nope, not h3. And then after that, we're going to say, okay, h3.innerText or inner HTML, whichever one you prefer. I actually prefer inner HTML, so we're going to do that.
Is there a difference between inner text and inner HTML?
I had difficulties with one of them when going through this program, and I don't remember which one, but I haven't had difficulties with inner HTML in the past week, so I think inner text will give me difficulties. But it might be inner HTML. I don't know. We get to discover that later, probably. So we're going to say data, the index of I, grab the name. So dot name. And that's going to be our HTML. And then, woohoo, we have names. What we probably want to do actually is create, because we have a lot of information that we can put on this page, so we're going to create a div that each of these goes into. So that we can have like a div of Luke Skywalker and it'll have all the information in it and so on and so forth.
Spencer, I can't quite get those names to show up on my page on that server.
Can you open up and see if your console, if your data is console logging? Open up your DevTools.
I do not believe so.
So your data's not showing up at all?
Mine's just showing shots.
Okay, that's so fun.
I don't see this. It says it cannot append child of null.
Of null? Okay, in your index.html, do you have a div that you're appending to? And also, where is your script tag?
Yeah, I don't have a script either.
That is probably your problem. So you need your script tag in the bottom so that all of this can load, and then the script tag can load, and it can be like, hey, put all this stuff I said here.
Did you make that div, the line 14 and 16?
Mm-hmm.
Did you make that, or did it make it automatically?
I made that.
Okay.
I made the header and the div. You don't need a header.
Okay.
I don't need a header, really.
So I think anything that you make in the script, it's not going to show up in the HTML.
Yeah, but you need the div to append to, so you do have to make that yourself. When you like do HTML tab, it's not going to autofill that div for you.
It's going to show up. Oh, I got G99 out the names though.
You don't have the names?
Just the name, no.
Okay. You're probably.
Oh, I have it.
Like they had a single H1, right? You had an H1.
I got it.
I had.
G99.
Yeah, I think I had like an H1 G99. I got rid of it, but it was there. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, are we? Do people have data showing up?
I'm good.
Thumbs up from everyone. Yeah. This is the important part.
Who the hell is Biggs Darklighter?
How do you not know Biggs Darklighter?
Is that a real person?
I have no idea.
every other name.
I was so nervous for a second because I'm recording this that it was going to be like some like
What is that like?
awful thing that popped up on my on the recording, like just porn. I don't know. Like I got really scared.
Let's stop that recording and
Start a new one. Don't want to go down as a history as the
Porn.
instructor that.
Yeah, what's your name?
I got this file, or,
Main.js. Is that what you mean for your JS?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, so your script should not be inside your div, it should be under your div. So your script, you always want to be right above your closing body tag. That's where you want that to be.
If you had other JavaScript scripts for like materialize and stuff,
Yeah.
you put yours above there.
Doesn't really matter. To my knowledge, that might be different, so if you're ever doing that, hit me up and then we'll go over it.
I think script's good where it is. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, script right above the body tag.
So you don't have anything showing up.
Yeah.
You have the link, which is HTML. So that's right. Yeah, you have that. So let me see your main.js.
So his data isn't showing up in his console log?
Nothing showing up.
All of it wrong.
Spencer, you can't quite get it working back.
I can't get back there, but what's going on?
Something with pictures isn't just fine, right? I don't
So
know.
it's not displaying, I have everything.
Yeah, it's just like.
Cannot read property of Pentel.
It's because it's me.
Yeah, I'm the one free fuck.
Here's why, is you are calling your div on your query selector as if it's an ID and you set it as a class. So you're saying class is my div and you're doing hashtag my div.
Oh my god.
There it is.
Rookie mistake. Okay.
Alright, cool.
Okay, we'll keep going and then we can Slack him what we do when he gets back. Okay, so document dot, not query selector, we're not grabbing it, create element, because we're going to create a div, and it's easiest if you just name your variable what you're about to create. It's just easier to read, but if you prefer to name it something else, you totally can. And then we're actually going to say, instead of appending this h3, we actually don't want our h3 to go directly onto the div out there. We want our div to go onto that div. And then we want div.append child h3. So we're going to create a div, put the div onto our main div. So many divs. I should have named something else. We're going to create a div, put it onto our main, and then create an h3 and then append that to our div. So now, if I save this, it doesn't look any different, but if you click on it, your h3, they're all inside the divs. Div soup. And just for a little bit of like a stretch exercise, let's do, on those divs, let's say a set attribute. Let's set the class name. And what's something distinctive we should set it to? What do you guys think? I can also just like pick something if you don't have a preference. To go through the obstacle course to get into the room.
We're choosing a class right now?
Yeah, choosing a class for each of these divs. I'm actually just going to tell you what I think it should be because I think this would be cool. Let's name it the name. So let's say data as an x of I dot name.
Can
And
you
so,
also do like div dot class name?
yes. Do anything you want. You do anything your heart desires. So yeah, so a class of Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, R2-D2, Darth Vader, all that. What's up? I prefer set attribute personally, but that's like it does the same thing. It's whatever you want to use. Did you break something?
No.
Are you sure? Okay. Usually people don't go, if everything's working. Okay, so let's grab some more data from this tiny, tiny console. Okay, so we have names available. What else do we have? Height seems dumb to put up there. Hair color, most of them are not available or none, so let's pick something more exciting. We do birth year. It's first, so sure. Okay, so now let's create some list, an unordered list and some list items. And so now all of this data for each one of these guys is going to go into a list about them.
For some reason my data stopped showing up.
You probably have a syntax error somewhere, because your whole thing will break if you do, which blows. I can come look at it if you don't figure out in the next couple of seconds.
Should I do this one, Dave? What, line 10? This one? Instead of H3?
Is this still not working?
Each of those should be a div, right?
Those should definitely be divs. So actually first. Div, did you see?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're missing the div one.
Helpful.
Yeah, really.
I have absolutely no idea why that isn't working.
Well,
I did my let me go back. It's one of those 30-second ones.
sure.
Untitled famous, is that what you have to
No, actually. Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Thank you.
Nice. Accidentally found it out. Okay. If everyone's mostly up to speed or up to speed here, I'm going to keep on trucking, and then I can slack out this code to you after if you're behind and you can go through it on your own time. But I do want to be done, hopefully close to 2, so we're going to keep going. So we're going to say div.append child ul, because we want our unordered list to be under our h3 tag. So we'll say, hey, throw an unordered list under there, and then div.append child, ul.append child li. And down here, so we can say li.enter html equals data at the index of I dot, ooh, that's gonna look weird. We're gonna do a template literal. I'm gonna say, hey, birth year is yeed, birth yeed. Data, the index of I dot birth underscore year.
What is that?
This guy?
The money data.
It's money data. It is a template literal. So it's this really cool thing where basically instead of saying like, hey, string of birth year plus data blah, 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 you can just write it out. And then you say if it's going to be like a variable or JavaScript or something that's not a string, you go, hey, $sign and curly braces to show you that whatever is in here isn't a string. Yeah. But needs to be converted into a string. Yeah, it's a cool tool though. Definitely use it. Does anyone know what BBY is? I don't know anything about Star Wars.
Before battle, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Clearly.
No, it's okay.
How do you know that?
I bought a book and it's got like a whole timeline in the back, and that's like their BC and AD and their universe before and after the battle of Yavin.
Oh my god.
I'm really impressed you knew that.
I didn't know Brew's maiden name was White Sun. That's new to me. Or Biggs' last name was Darklighter.
Darklighter is the dumbest last name.
That's kind of stupid.
I feel like Darklighter, White Sun is pretty bad too, but Darklighter is even worse. Like Darklighter is like someone's bad D&D name, you know?
After birth year, is there supposed to be something there?
Yeah, one thing.
I'm getting birth year, data, birth year. Data, birth year.
Okay, so what you're probably, okay, so here's why, is you aren't using backticks. So backticks are like right underneath your escape key. Use that instead of like a string, because then you would get just the data. Yeah.
Which one's the backtick?
Right under your escape key,
Yeah.
that's what a backtick is.
Oh, so instead of the quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay. Right underneath your tilde. Yeah, these things are awesome. Use them often. Cool, now we have birth year showing up. I will do li.style.listStyle equals none. One, so we can do a little bit of styling, and one, because the little dots bug me. And after that, what else can we do? What else do we have? We have some films. Okay, let's do a film. And let's say, let's create an anchor tag. A equals document dot create element A. And then ul dot append child A. And then A, this is bugging me. The tab is wrong. Okay, A dot href, I believe, equals data, dnx of I, let's do the first film. We don't want to go through that whole array and get all of them, because that would take a while. And if we save that, we should have gotten stuff, and we didn't, so why? Document element A, ul dot append child A. Okay, so we have it. Oh, I did list style. Okay.
So it's in the anchor tag, but it's not showing up.
Yeah, because I did list style on none, and now it's doing display as none, which is not what I wanted.
But you did ul append child A, is that right?
Yeah, so we want A to go onto the owner list.
Oh.
I did want that. That was correct. Yeah, that's what's breaking it, but I don't know why. Oh, maybe that's not what's breaking it. Oh ho. Interesting. So it says it's there, but it's not showing up.
Do you need to put like, normally when you have an anchor, don't you need to put like a name for this hyperlink?
Thank you. That's why. The hyperlink is there. Props. Yeah, so we'll say inner text is films. There we go. Thank you. There we go. Look at all those beautiful films. And then this actually just takes you to the API so that when you use the API, it's super awesome because you can say like, hey, find this film. And then if they click for this film, do another call, get all the data about that film and give it back to me, which is super cool. But right now, it just takes you to the API.
So I got something where I'm only getting Luke Skywalker.
You're only getting Luke Skywalker? Hmm.
It was when I put this in, that I was not getting Luke Skywalker.
So that's this one, and then this style. Oh, because you put style.
A is not defined. You never made an A.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
What we've got.
It's gone.
So smart. I don't know what your name is here.
Trying to think of what else we can do. Change colors, do some more styling stuff. Here, let's put all of our styling stuff down here. Just to keep it clean. And also inner HTML for consistency. I was really scared that was going to break it for a second. Okay, cool. Doo-doo-doo. There's so many tabs open.
It seems like all of the instructors do whenever they're.
There's so much. Some of it's grading. One of them is the Star Wars API we're using.
The same things like mousing over a billion tabs.
I have to buy pants for a wedding. This is what this is. Yeah. Super fun stuff. All around. We don't need both of those. Okay. Oh, and I'm reading a lot on promises because you guys are about to reach those, and I don't want to look like an idiot. So, let's do some styling. What kind of styling do you want to do? All of it? Just every single thing? Everything pink.
Maybe like some stars.
Some stars.
Some stars? That's a super easy thing to throw into CSS. Here, let's make, let's just build a star. Yeah, let's do some stars. Let's do some
You
document
can
dot.
see like dot type stars, like stars in the distance, not like star shape. I'm just thinking like Star Wars.
We could do,
Make everything
scrolling.
bright yellow and black background.
yeah, we could try.
Scrolling Star Wars intro screen.
Oh yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. No problem.
Not complicated at all.
Like just simple stuff. 1970s. We could do it.
Hi.
Sorry, I didn't know this was going on. I
Ha-
got stuck at the woman's.
Get out. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. You don't need to be sorry. You're good. It's all being recorded, and you can
Oh,
come.
it is? Okay, I'm gonna come.
Yeah.
do that.
Okay. We're gonna try and set the background image to something Star Warsy. Background. Ooh, it didn't autofill. That's a red flag.
Yeah, it does.
It should, right?
Yes. It does for me.
I've never tried to do this kind of stuff inside the DOM, so let's just see what happens.
You need to have a CSS style sheet attached to it.
Eh.
To do this.
We might, just to get like the main div the size so this doesn't look dumb, whatever we're about to do. But, I mean, it's gonna look dumb. I mean, it's not like the most beautifully styled page. All of this is way too, what the heck? Okay, I'm sorry, I saw something weird. Stars. Ooh, that's how you spell stars. feel like this one looks exciting, and it's the same size-ish that we need. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Copy image address. You can find your own stars image. No, it did not work. Okay, so background image is such a pain. So what we might do is going to... Is it not gonna autofill for me now? Ooh. Okay, background should work, so this is just being weird. We do background color. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, that worked. So what we'll probably do is background attachment fixed, background image. Okay, if we put it in here, does it work? Nope, because that's not in. Oops. And it's also going to override. No. I know let you do background image, which is fair. That would mess with some stuff. Oh, that's why. I just did it wrong.
URL. And then.
So I'm gonna do URL parentheses. Oh, that didn't do anything I wanted it to do. Ta-da-da!
Huh.
Stars, and let's change all the text to white so we can see it. All of this is ugly. And then LI dots. Ooh. Look how beautiful. It's so gorgeous.
So it wasn't working before because you didn't have URL
Yeah,
in there.
so it needs to know like whether it's going here or whether it's a local file that it's finding. Let's try and make it look better. Stretch goal. Make this look not like garbage. Let's do main dot height dot style dot height. Keep forgetting style. Equals 100 view height. Slightly better. Cool. Nice. If you want to put that guy in your CSS styling, it'll make it look a little bit better so it won't be padding around everything. There's a little black thing down.
That's part of the image.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got nervous. I was like, what did I create and forget about?
There's another one on the top right hand corner, I believe, as well.
Nice. Okay, that already looks infinitely better than it did. Do we want to add, let's add some space. Around our divs. That was a lot. Let's add less space around our divs. There we go. Look how pretty. We could do div.style.display flex. I'm gonna start messing with it that way. Also looks great. Style.flex direction. Column. Back where we started. Yeah, so we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go back and redo the I'm gonna margin actually equals to view height. They're all spaced out and they're centered. You can't see half of them, but that's fine. But you see why it's so incredibly messy to try and do all of this in your DOM. Like, look how big this for loop is now, because this much of it is style.
And there's even like a visible, like it takes a minute for the page to.
Yeah, because it loads and then it loads our DOM stuff, so it takes a minute. So definitely,
So
like, this is horrible practice,
does
but you know how to do
make
it.
sense actually do this?
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, it's good to know how to do these things in the DOM, because there are always cases where you're gonna have to mess with little bits of styling in the DOM.
Okay.
You just don't want to like have this. If you ever have this much styling happening in your DOM, I'm gonna get really angry at you.
But can't you, you can write all this in the CSS,
Mhm.
and then like, if they click a button, switch it from this way to this way, right?
Yes.
Like, you
So
would
you
make
could.
it-
How you would probably do that is like
Its own class name.
you'd have a class name switch. You'd have like this class is this style, this class is this style, and then when this button is clicked, change this class name to this class name, and then its styling will change with it. Yeah.
So that's how you would go by if you wanted to put the implement this in a site.
Yeah. But the cool
When
thing
you're
is,
when you're using like Bootstrap or another framework, do they have some of that built in to their CSS themes? Because I feel like there are some options in the CSS where you can say like hover over and that sort of thing inside of that.
hover over, you can. So like on, if we did like a, on hover, color black, it should be doing that, but it's not. Probably because our DOM is messing with it. Because this is going to load after everything else loads. Is it A, like, it's clicked or visited or something? A, yeah, our DOM is loading after this, so it's going to trump our attempt.
So that's why you might make like a little tweak in the DOM to make a small change.
Yeah.
So,
Because your DOM is going to so your page loads and then all your DOM modification stuff loads. So, all the stuff you're modifying through the DOM loads. So everything in here trumps any kind of styling we want to do in CSS. Like how we could like, if we hard coded something in index.html and then said inner HTML equals this, it wouldn't show the hard coded version. It'd show our DOM manipulated version. This is so bad looking. Okay, what else? What else you guys have questions about? Do you want to like? You're gonna see event. Oh, it's almost 2. Great. You're gonna see event handlers next. Namut is doing one on event handling and Ajax. Ajax, all that is this guy. This is what Ajax is. So you're just gonna learn how to make this fetch request. But we kind of jumped ahead a little bit so that you can jump back and learn how to do it. But this is how like everything you've been working on really, really applies to actually getting a functional web page working. But event handling is super awesome. It's gonna level up your skills for sure.